Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well, and today I decided I would make a video about how to decide what you want to do in university. I'm 17 right now, so I'm at the stage where I'm choosing what university I want to go to, what I want to study, etc, etc. This is actually going to focus more on what subject you want to major in rather than what university to go to or what country to go to. So yeah, but in case you do want to see that, then please comment down below to let me know. University is a really important step in our life. You know, it's kind of when you transition, you finally finish school, you're kind of like an adult and independent really for the first time. So it's very important to make sure that, you know, what you want to study, you're really passionate about it, because you know, you don't want to be suffering for the next 3, 4, 5 years, however long. And you know, you want to kind of be sure about what it is you want to be studying, because you want to have your heart in it. So for those of you that do know what you want to do and maybe have known, you know, since you were like 6 years old, like, that's incredible. I'm not one of those people, and I know many of you guys aren't either, because you know, there's so much stuff nowadays that you can study that unless you were born with like talent in music or something and you like are determined to achieve that, then it's very difficult to decide what you want to do. And so yeah, I've just accumulated some tips here to help you guys decide what direction maybe you want to go and kind of think about it, because I know it can be a very stressful topic. And honestly, up until this year, thinking about going to university actually brought tears to my eyes, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, thinking about it, I would avoid thinking about it, I would avoid talking about it with everybody, because I felt so much pressure because I did not know what I want to do. So now I finally know, and just feel so much more at ease, and like thinking about university actually now gets me excited. So it really shows that you just, you know, university can be a fun, amazing experience if you are doing what you love and if you're really passionate about it. So basically, I think, first of all, I think what you have to do is you have to sit down and just think about, first of all, what subjects in school you're good at, and then what things you enjoy doing. So like extracurricular activities or something you do at home or something like that. So for example, if you are really good at biology and, I don't know, maybe you do quizzes at home on biology, or I don't know, maybe your parents are doctors, so you're kind of fascinated with that whole doctor idea, then that's where you should go. What I want to tell you is probably one of the most important things. It's, even if you're really, really good at a subject in school, if you don't like it, don't do it, because you might think, oh yeah, so I'm like doing super well in school, I'll do super well in university. But you have to realize that university is a different level of study. It's obviously going to be harder in university than it is in school. And so if you're just sitting there simply because you think you can do well, you're just going to be, I mean, I'm not saying you won't do well in university, but I'm saying if you think you can do well but you're only doing it because you think you'll get good grades, then you'll just be like depressed and suffering because you won't be enjoying it at all. And of course in university there's stuff like, you know, nightlife and like meeting new people, but you know, the core of university is still your studies. It's still based on the idea that you get education. I'm not trying to say that university is like the most important thing in the world, because really it's not. And many people say, like, especially in schools, they tell you like, oh, university is everything, it's like going to decide your life, stuff like that. And that's not true. There are so many people out there who have gone to university, studied one subject, either dropped out or finished, but then ended up doing a completely different thing in the future as their job. So just because you might, you know, do something in university and go through that process and decide in the end you don't like it, that's not what you want to pursue as a job, that doesn't mean that you're not going to get a job. It just means you might, you know, go get another one, or you can continue your studies. If you decide to drop out, which I don't recommend, but if you do, then, you know, you can always go and study another thing. Yeah, so the first tip is just make 2 lists. One, what subjects you're good at in school, another, what things you like doing. Now, what happened with me personally is I started taking psychology in my first year of high school, and I loved it. I got a grade 7, which is like the highest you can get, but that's not what I'm going to be doing in university. In university, I decided I'm going to be studying journalism, and basically how I decided, for the whole first year of high school, I thought it would be psychology because I was good at it, because I found it interesting. So it seems like I would choose it, right? But In the end, okay, so just to describe me as a person, I think you have to, you have to know what kind of person you are, what you enjoy doing the most, because I'm a very creative person. I do singing, I love like acting, I love dancing, all that kind of stuff. And psychology is very different from that. Now, obviously you can do clubs in universities, you can go to like different groups, and like have like, yeah, dancing club or like acting club, whatever. But again, like just I said before, your studies is the core. So psychology is very interesting, but it's not creative enough for me. It's still considered, a science. It's considered a human science. And I just knew that deep inside, I knew that that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. Now, how I decided in journalism is I was actually, even before I joined high school, I was thinking between psychology and journalism. So journalism was always kind of an option. Oh yeah, another thing that really helped me is actually thinking about how that course will help you get a job in the future. So for example, in psychology, after you finish that course, the only thing you can really do with psychology is psychology. You can't go and become an actor, you know what I mean? Like, you can't become a surgeon. Like psychology, you can only do psychology. There are many different types of psychology. There's counseling psychology, clinical psychology, experimental psychology, so many more spheres, but it's still confined to just psychology. However, journalism, there are so many different things you can do with that. So you can either become a broadcast journalist, you can edit articles, you can publish articles, you can write in magazines, you can write in, you can write a book, you can write scripts, you can write screenplays, like so many different things. And that's what I like about it, because I don't like the idea of being confined to one kind of thing, because I still don't really know what I want to do as a job. Like, I know what I want to do in university, what I want to study, but I don't know what career I want, right? So I think if you don't, like, you really have no idea, like, then it's a better idea to choose a subject that perhaps has a broader kind of choice of job opportunities in the future. So you kind of have more leeway, when you finish university. Like for me, honestly, it was almost an overnight decision that I decided to switch from psychology to journalism. One day I was like scrolling through different universities and looking at the courses, and I just decided, like, okay, so what if I do decide to do journalism? And I started looking at universities, and I liked a few of them, and blah blah blah. And honestly, like I said, okay, I think I'll go with journalism. And literally, I physically felt like a rock drop off of my chest. Like, I just felt so free. Like, and immediately I started thinking about university as a positive thing. Like, before, when I was going to do psychology and I was looking at psychology courses in different universities, it would always kind of make me not depressed, but kind of nervous about the whole thing. But once I decided journalism, I was like, yep, I'm happy to go to university, I'm determined to do it. And yeah, I think one thing you can try doing, so for example, once you've already decided, so these are the things I like doing, these are the things I'm good at in school, if they match, then, for example, let's just say, for the sake of this, that it's, I don't know, music, biology, and let's say journalism also. So then what you can do is you can start researching universities for that one of those courses, and then tell yourself, I'm going to study journalism, that's it. Those other two courses, ideas don't exist, it's just journalism. And see how you feel. So see if you feel, like heavy and like you don't want to do it. If you feel like it's a bad idea, maybe you will regret it if you do it. And then if you do, then decide on a different one. And then if that happens, decide on a different one. You know what I mean? So you have to see how you feel about it. At the end of the day, you have to enjoy university to be successful in it, because you can be the most determined student, the most hardworking student, but if it's something that you just like hate in your gut, you're not going to, maybe you will pass. I'm not saying you'll fail, but I'm saying you'll be miserable. And do you really want to spend the next 4 years miserable? Like, I avoided thinking about university for such a long time, for almost like a year, because I was just so scared of it. But what I advise you to do is start thinking about it now. Like, if you start crying whenever you think about university, then cry through it, and then start thinking about, what are the different choices, what are the different possibilities, because it's the worst thing to leave it towards the last minute, because then you'll just be so stressed out about it, because it is a pretty big decision. So start off early. Just think about your options, think about your capabilities, what kind of person you are, because by this age you already kind of know yourself pretty well, you know what you're capable of. Just really think about, is that something you want to do in the future? And if you're not sure, then is kind of the sphere big enough for you to be able to choose from a wide range of things to do in the future as a job? Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped you at least a little bit. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below if you do want to see advice video about which university in what country you want to go to, and deciding actually the place that you want to go to study. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!